Hi everyone, this is your biology class. I'm your teacher Seema Atreja. Students, in our previous video we started the topic fertilization related to chapter reproduction in flowering plants, in which we understand the concept of pollen pistil interaction, how pollen grain after pollination lands on the stigma, germination of the pollen grain takes place on the stigma, after that growth of the pollen tube takes place. With the same point, I am going to start here, that is the growth of pollen tube. How is the growth of pollen tube takes place? This time I am going to draw the complete diagram for clear understanding. This is the carpel on which pollen grain land after pollination. Stigma, style, and ovary. Inside the ovary, ovule is present. Ovule is anatropous type, which is a type of inverted ovule which is present inside the ovary. This is the diagram of ovule inside the ovary. It is bitegmic ovule which consists of two integuments. In the center of the ovule, embryo sac is present. Inside the embryo sac, three cells are present towards the chalazial end, which are known as the antipodals. One is the larger cell, that is egg cell, and two are the smaller cells are present towards the micropillar end, forming the egg apparatus. And two nucleus are present in the center, which are known as the polar nuclei. So it is anatropous type of ovule, that is the inverted ovule, present inside the ovary. Now, when the pollen grain lands on the stigma, it starts germinating and pollen tube is formed. As the growth of the pollen tube takes place, callus plugs develop. What is the function of these callus plugs? They are produced at interval. Because of this callus plug, all the contents of the pollen grain present at the tip of the pollen tube. There are three ways through which pollen tube enters inside the embryo sac and release the male gamete. Either the pollen tube enters through the chalazial end, or it enters through the integuments, or enters through the micropyle. If the pollen tube enters through the chalazial end, then it is known as chalazogamy. If pollen tube enters through integuments, then it is known as mesogamy. And if pollen tube enters through the micropyle, then it is known as porogamy. This porogamy is the most common type. In majority of the plant, pollen tube enters inside the embryo sac through the micropyle. So porogamy is the most common type of through which pollen tube enters inside the embryo sac through micropyle and release two male gamete inside the embryo sac. What we study here, growth of the pollen tube takes place and pollen tube enters through the Chelet gland. This is the Chelet gland. Then it is known as the chalejogamy. If pollen tube enters through the integuments, then it is known as mesogamy, and pollen tube maybe enters through the micropyle, then it is known as the porogamy. Porogamy type is of most common type. So here I am going to show you the porogamy. That is the pollen tube enters through the micropyle. At regular intervals, Kellogg plugs is formed. I told you the function of Kellogg's plug. Because of this Kellogg's plug, the contents of the pollen grain remain at the tip. What are the contents present at the tip of the pollen tube here? That is the two male gamete along with the cytoplasm of the vegetative cell. Cytoplasm of the vegetative cell gives nourishment to the male gamete. I am going to draw the diagram of embryo sac in detail now in a bigger size. And the next point we are going to discuss here after the formation of the pollen tube and growth of the pollen tube, entry of pollen tube into embryo sac takes place, which I show you in this diagram here. That is, entry of the pollen tube takes place into embryo sac. How is the entry of pollen tube takes place into embryo sac? Here I am going to show you. This is the pollen tube which enters through the micropillar end. Here I make the diagram of the embryo sac. This is the chalejal end and the other end is known as the micropillar end. So, towards the chalejal end, 3 antipodal cells are present. Towards the micropillar end, in the center, larger cell showing the egg cell, and the 2 smaller cells on either side of the egg cell represents the synergids. Egg and synergids together constitutes the egg apparatus. In the center, 2 polar nuclei are present. All the contents present inside the embryo sac are haploids. In each antipodal cells, n number of chromosomes is present. In both the polar nuclei, n number of chromosomes present. Egg cell, n number of chromosomes present, and in synergids also n number of chromosomes present, because they are produced by meiosis division. एम्ब्रियो सेक में कितने सेल और कितने न्यूक्लिएटेड स्ट्रक्चर है ये सब हम पहले पढ़ चुके हैं. इट इज 7 न्यूक्लिएटेड एंड it is 8 nucleated and 7 celled structure. Now we are going to discuss here how is the pollen tube enter inside the embryo sac. This is the embryo sac. In the center, egg cell is there, that is the bigger one, and on the side synergids are present. This is one synergid and this is another synergid. When there is entry of pollen tube takes place inside the embryo sac, pollen tube enters inside the embryo sac through one of the synergid, and that synergid start degenerating. This is the diagram of degenerating synergid. Inside the synergid, finger-like filiform apparatus is present. So pollen tube enters through this filiform apparatus. Filiform apparatus act as a guide. Filiform apparatus acts as a guide and help the pollen tube to enter in embryo sac. So filiform apparatus is present here and the wall of the synergid degenerate. This filiform apparatus of degenerating synergid guide the pollen tube to enter inside the embryo sac. Tip of the pollen tube dissolve and contents of the pollen tube discharge into embryo sac. What are the contents of the pollen tube? That is the 2 male gamete released into the embryo sac. So by this process, inside the embryo sac 2 male gametes are released. Now what happens inside the embryo sac? Inside the embryo sac, what we observe, egg cell is there and 2 polar nuclei are there. And in fertilization, this egg cell combined with the male gamete. So the next events after entry of pollen tube into embryo sac, pollen tube release 2 male gamete inside the embryo sac, and now fertilization takes place. Now we are discussing the next step of fertilization, that is how is fertilization takes place inside the embryo sac. One of the male gamete fuses with the egg cell. This process is known as syngamy or fertilization, which was given by the Strasburger. And by the fusion of male gamete and female gamete, what is formed? Zygote is formed. This type of fertilization was described by the Strasburger. In male gamete, X number of chromosomes are there. In female gamete, X number of chromosomes are there. That is, they representing the haploid condition. Male gamete fuses with egg and the zygote is formed. So inside the zygote, diploid number of chromosome is present. This process is known as syngamy or fertilization given by the Strasburger. But inside the embryo sac, what we observing, there are present 2 polar nuclei also. These polar nuclei combine with the second male gamete. Both these polar nuclei combine with the second male gamete and produce primary endosperm nucleus. In male gamete, X number of chromosome, haploid number of chromosomes are present, and in each of the polar nucleus, N number of chromosomes are there. So all the 3 combine together to form the primary endosperm nucleus. So 3N combine together to produce the triploid primary endosperm nucleus. So 3 nucleus are fused in this process. This is known as the triple fusion. So fertilization takes place inside the embryo sac and zygote is produced. Triple fusion takes place inside the embryo sac and primary endosperm nucleus is formed. After growth, zygote develops into embryo and primary endosperm nucleus converted into endosperm. Endosperm is the nutritive tissue which provide nourishment to the developing embryo. Endosperm is nutritive tissue, gives nourishment to the developing embryo. Nourishment. From endosperm goes to developing embryo. This is known as double fertilization. What is double fertilization? Syngamy or fertilization plus triple fusion. Both together constitute the term double fertilization. In double fertilization, one male gamete fuses with egg to form the zygote. The process is known as syngamy or triple fusion. Second male gamete combines with 2 polar nuclei because 3 combine. So the process is known as triple fusion. Syngamy plus triple fusion together constitute the double fertilization. The term double fertilization was given by Navashchin. In case of plants like Lilium and Fritillaria, they clear the concept of double fertilization. So, what we see here, that is how double fertilization takes place in the angiospermic flowering plant. What is the significance of double fertilization? In angiosperm, double fertilization takes place. What is the significance of double fertilization? By double fertilization, what we see here, endosperm is produced, which gives nourishment to developing embryo. So I think the concept of fertilization is very much clear to you all. This is all in this video. in our next video we understand how is the embryo development takes place and how endosperms are produced. Thank you so much.